Did you know that Smurfs are 60 years old? Yeah. In 1961, a comic called Johan and Peewit was published in a Belgian newspaper. It was about a girl who lived in the forest and was friends with some little blue creatures. These creatures didn't have a name yet, but they did have a few characteristics. They were small, blue, had pointy ears and hats, and lived in mushroom houses. They also had names starting with the letter G, like Gargamel, the evil wizard who lived in a swamp and wanted to capture the Smurfs. He was always getting outsmarted by their leader, Papa Smurf. And no, Gargamel wasn't the first name. That honor goes to this guy, whose real name was originally Johan. But don't worry, he changed it because he didn't want to be confused with the Smurf. Anyway, these comics were a hit, and soon the Smurfs became a merchandising phenomenon, appearing on everything from cereal boxes to underwear to Christmas ornaments. But the golden age of Smurfs merchandise only lasted for a few years because in the 70s, Smurfs got a bit weird. I mean, sure, this Smurf bikini is cute, but what about this Smurf dress? Or this Smurf lingerie set? Oh, and don't forget the Smurf booze. Yep, in the 70s, Smurfs were all grown up and partying. There was even a Smurf version of the popular board game, The Game of Life, where instead of buying a house and having kids, you bought a Smurf house and had Smurf babies. How are we supposed to explain this to the kids these days? But the more things change, the more they stay the same. And in the 80s, Smurfs went back to being cute and lovable, thanks in part to a new cartoon that introduced us to a whole new generation of Smurfs. This cartoon also introduced us to the wonders of Smurf logic. You know, like if a Smurf falls in love with a human, then all the other Smurfs fall in love with that human too. Or if a Smurf sneezes, all the other Smurfs have to sneeze in a big group sneeze. It was pure genius. And for a while, Smurf fever swept the globe once again. Kids couldn't get enough of Smurfs. They had Smurf bikes and Smurf lunch boxes and even Smurf toothbrushes. But by the 90s, the hype had died down and Smurfs were relegated to the dusty shelves of our childhood memories. Until in 2021, Sony announced a new movie called Smurfs, A Christmas Carol, and just like that, Smurfs were back in the news, and now there's a new Smurf on the block. A talking Smurf doll named Smurfy. She looks like a cross between a Smurf and a Furby, and she can do all the Furby things like wink and fart and burp. And she can also talk, which is not something that all the other Smurfs can do. But hey, maybe that's why she's here. Maybe she is here to break the fourth wall and tell us that Smurfs are back and they're here to stay. Or maybe she's just here to sell some merch. Either way, Smurfs are once again taking over the world, one product at a time. So get ready to say goodbye to your money and hello to your new favorite blue friends.